So, this woman has cast a spell on the door, a hold portal spell on the door, and your reaction was kind of surprise?
Yeah. Followed by me slipping around the perimeter of the room, of the ballroom, to get behind her and to the door.
Behind her to the door that she just closed?
Yeah. So one thing that I was going to do, depending on how quickly things progress, is I should be able to check her. Well, I guess I can check if she's only level 3. I can open the door. If she's level 3, I can open the held portal just because I'm a badass wizard.
Give me a charisma check at -3, please.
Charisma. Oh, okay, for reading motives. I was like, who am I? Okay, D20 plus 11, 24.
As you slip closer to her and get a good look at her face, you recognize Annabelle Redshield herself.
Okay.
Although maybe last time you saw her, she just was at home, and so didn't do herself up properly. But she has done well. She is, as I said, jaw-droppingly attractive.
She wasn't jaw-droppingly attractive. I've met with her a few times, right?
You met with her like once or twice, but she was at home during office hours, and you barged into her house, and this is like a formal party. She cleans up very nice, apparently.
Meanwhile, good thing I'm invisible, but meanwhile I'm scruffy and I've been living in the woods for a couple days.
Yeah. You're like you're like dirty old Georg who hasn't even shaved.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how big the room is, but do I slip to the door?
Yes, you do. She stands with her back to the door. You can kind of get to it. There's a bit of a gap between her and the door. While she looks out over the room.
So unless she does anything, I will try to open the door, and that will at least, I guess. So a wizard of 4 or more experience levels higher than the spellcaster can open the held portal at will.
You cannot open the door.
So she's not a 3rd level wizard.
She's a greater than 3rd level wizard.
Has anyone in the room turned to see her? Turned to look at her? What's going on? Like what? It seems like someone should have. So I'm
the
not
people near her have kind of turned to look at her, but they're very polite. So it's She's taking a moment to just take in the whole room and gaze over the attendants.
Okay, I'm behind her thinking through my options. The thought crosses my mind to just unleash a lightning bolt and blow this place to ashes.
Okay.
I'm sort of waiting to see what her move is or what the reaction to her is. I'm not gonna...
The piano stops and she starts to step out into the room and people start to notice her, and then there's whispers and the room falls silent, and you can hear the people next to you, having heard the whisper from the people next to them, turn and go, "Oh my god, that's Lady Annabelle Redshield." Oh.
They still call her Lady.
Yes. And the whole room falls to a silence as she strides out into the middle of the room. You notice, of the attendees, there were a few of them that looked like maybe they're knights. They're not here in armor, but they're definitely here with their swords.
Okay.
And one of them...
Count about how many knights do I see?
Looks like 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. About 8 swords.
About 8 swords.
And how many people? How thick is the crowd?
There's about 60 people in the crowd. Of them, maybe 8 are armed.
Mm-hmm.
And you did see armed soldiers like outside of the house. Most of them were at the gate, though. But you counted 6 armed guards, 4 on the gate, 2 on the house, the door to the house itself.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, one of these knights, an older gentleman, well into his 60s or 70s, with a long, wispy, gray beard, steps forward and says, "My dear, I'm afraid it is my displeasure to say I must put you under arrest in the name of Our Lady the Queen." Can you give me a perception check, please?
Yeah. I'm watching her to see if she casts any other spells. Perception, you said?
Yes, please.
Nope.
Okay.
18.
She walks over towards him and gets very close to him, kind of gently, almost seductively puts a hand on his shoulder and whispers into his ear something, and then kind of steps back and gives him a broad smile, and he just lowers his head and steps back into the crowd.
How far away is this whole scene from me?
30 feet. No, not even 30 feet. 20 feet.
Okay. Does she address the crowd? Does she?
She turns, takes a look over the crowd again, and calls out in a very calm, clear voice, "I'm looking for my cousins. Elizabeth, would you please step forward?" To which Elizabeth steps forward. This is
Elizabeth is the lady.
Yeah.
The lady of the house.
Steamhouse. No. This is Elizabeth Steamhouse, the person whose message you interrupted.
Uh-huh.
She steps forward, and you can see Annabelle Redshield give a broad smile. You can only see it from the side as she walks up to her her cousin, and kind of puts a hand on her and walks around to behind, so she's holding both her shoulders from behind, and says, "Oh, my dear cousin, you were always my favorite." And she gives a big smile, raises her head back, and then sinks her teeth into her cousin's neck. Her cousin begins to turn slowly to the side and then drops to the ground.
I cast Displace Self on myself.
Okay.
Pulling out my Displacer Beast leather. Jesus. Vampire, I should have known. Did chat spoil? Is that what chat had spoiled?
They were just going, "Oh my god, here it comes, everybody get ready," which is super fucking childish.
Yeah.
The crowd begins to scream, and we roll initiative.
Does my Displace Self go off before?
No, we'll do that on initiative round. That'll be your first action.
But I don't think Jesus. Casting time 2. Not Jesus. 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
As her cousin drops to the floor, Annabelle waves a hand in the direction of the back door of the mud room and casts another spell. You can go ahead and give me a spellcraft check.
34.
It's another hold portal.
Okay.
And then she moves towards the remaining closed door. Or the remaining door that she didn't hold portal on. You went at 12? Okay, you go next.
Yeah, I cast my Displace Self.
Okay, you are displaced. You notice
2 feet away from where my invisible self actually is.
The knights in attendance, 5 of the knights in attendance, draw their swords and move towards her, while the one that she had whispered in his ear draws his sword and begins to hack at one of the other knights, the elder gentleman.
Is a potion an action in and of itself?
Yes, it is. He takes a swipe at one of the knights and misses. No, I'm sorry, that's a hit because they're not wearing armor. So his sword comes down for 11 damage. 10 damage because I can't do math right now. 10 damage on one of the knights. The other knights come up to Annabelle. Well, one of them turns to fight the guy who attacked him, criticals him. Ooh, and he's an old man. That may not be going well for him. So that's a double critical, but low damage. But old man has low HP. So the charmed knight attacks one of the non-charmed knights, who retaliates, cutting the old man down.
How many? So there's only 2 knights standing that oppose.
No, there are 4. There are 5 opposed knights. There were 6 total.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 attacked, the other responded, and that leaves 4 remaining who go after Annabelle. They slash at her. 2 of them miss. One of them gets a shot that should hit her in the head and clear her head from her shoulders, but the blade just kind of whistles through her body. and out the other side, having done nothing.
God, do I even want to get involved here?
The remaining knight holds his action.
I
Ryan's
don't
turn.
even.
I think that 12 is your display self. Oh no, you already displaced yourself. Yeah.
I already. So we're on the next round.
Yeah. Initiative.
God, I don't even know how powerful a vampire is, but I'm pretty sure it will fuck my shit up.
Initiative.
Another 10. 13.
Okay. Annabelle has moved to the back room, the only door that's not locked by a portal spell. The other people are moving towards the held door and trying to open it, but it is magically held. And she calls out in her voice, "Cousin! Cousin, where are you? I have
Isn't
a
the
thirst."
cousin dead on the floor?
There's another cousin.
Mm-hmm.
The one who invited the other cousin.
Mhm.
I have a thirst that only you can quench. She moves up to one of the knights and makes a grab for him, but he manages to duck between her arms and scamper away. Your turn.
Okay. I'm drinking a potion. I'm drinking my potion of vitality.
Ooh. Would you like to tell us what the potion of vitality does?
I have no fucking clue. I'm assuming from the name that that it will increase my HP. Oh, is this the one that does like you don't need to sleep for a week or something crazy?
This potion restores the user to full vitality despite exertion, lack of sleep, and going without food or drink for up to 7 days. It
This
will
is not gonna
nullify up
help.
to 7 days of sleep deprivation and will continue to effect for the remainder of the 7-day duration. The potion makes the user proof against poison and disease while in effect, and the user recovers hit points at 1 for every 4 hours.
Oh, that is not what I wanted at all. I thought it might give me a boost to my HP
No, but it will boost your recovery.
if I survive.
Yes.
Not what I wanted. So you don't need. This is what Malachi had that gave him the crazy spell
Yes.
regeneration, right?
Yes.
Can you just you can just rememorize spells whenever you feel like it?
Yes.
Oh, what a waste. Maybe not what a waste.
All right. Next round, initiative.
Can vampires be affected by color spray?
Who knows? You can give it a shot. Did you roll 13 again?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Okay. So it's a lot of 10s for initiative.
Yeah, we're going in for the color spray.
All right, you go first.
So I invisibly. How long does it take to transfer out of curiosity, how long does it take to transfer a soul into a spell? Is that a full round action?
Oh, you mean to overcharge it?
So I have a soul, but I have no invisibility spells memorized.
That's a round action.
Okay.
But if you have
okay.
used all 3 gem slots, you can charge all 3 at once, as long as you're charging them with the same spell.
Not totally following, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, I push through the crowd behind Lady Redshield and her how many knights?
She has 5 that are fighting her. Well,
Fighting
that
her.
are
Oh, not how many are fighting for her? There was just
one,
the one.
but he's dead.
Okay. Then I'll slip in behind the knights that are fighting her and throw the color spray directly at Annabelle Redshield, like
Right.
over a knight's shoulder.
Is it a hit dice or creatures?
It's creatures. So let me roll that. I probably accidentally hit. If I can avoid the knights that are fighting her, that'd be ideal, but it may not work out that way.
Okay.
Two. And those, I assume she's 6th level or higher, she gets a saving throw versus spell. Although she's a vampire, so I don't even know how blind or unseen creatures are not affected. It doesn't say anything specifically about undead, but we'll find out.
The spell seems to have no effect. Either that's a pass, or it doesn't affect undead.
Okay. Am I able to miss a?
You do hit 2 of these. You can miss the knights if you want to.
Yeah, if I can like angle it like up and just in their face or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. But you do become visible.
Yeah.
To which she turns and looks at you, looks through you almost. As well. What a pleasant surprise. She makes a step for you, Georg.
That same round. So she provokes opportunity attacks from the knights.
Sure.
They can't even affect her, can they?
No, a couple of them take some swipes, but the blades pass through her. She's not even trying to block them. And the knights just fall back to protect the remaining people. She comes up and reaches to grab your head and shoulder and completely misses you because you're displaced.
Yeah.
She looks about with a frustration in her eyes.
How much?
Initiative.
How much damage do vampires do? Can I even take one hit? Or
Initiative! There is no time to think. There is only time to act.
Innocence. She's just gonna murder them anyways. How far away is the wall in front of me? Or how long? What are the dimensions of the room?
The room is 50 by 30 by 15.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're gonna throw a lightning bolt in an enclosed area?
I'm gonna throw a lightning bolt in an enclosed area, but late.
11 for
So
initiative.
I'm backing away from her, like into the crowd, if possible.
Sure. All right. 11 initiative beats her. 13.
I throw a lightning bolt perpendicular to where I am. God, I'm just gonna. How many poor innocent souls are about to get blown?
So you're facing the length of the room. She's in front of you. Everyone's gathered up.
Okay, so it's gonna go the width of the room, and
so you're gonna width of the room her.
Yeah.
All right.
And a bunch of innocents.
She gets a saving throw.
Yeah.
And roll me some damage.
17 on a pass or on a fail.
That
8 on a pass. It's not even that much damage. I think Burning Hands is a better spell.
Well, I think you just rolled terribly on damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled like one thing better than a 4. So
yeah.
She fails her save and takes 17 damage.
Does it even look like it affects her?
It does.
Like
she
in a
gets
significant
blasted
way?
to the side with a ghastly shriek. Now let's take a look at lightning bolt. Lightning bolt does bounce, right?
Yeah, but I like did it perpendicular to the room, so I think it would just bounce back and forth against those walls.
But would that hit her multiple times? Is the question.
That is up to you. I would argue. I think I would argue that it should, but each creature within its area of effect. So I don't know. I think it
because of an unyielding barrier such as a stone wall. Alright, this is not a stone wall. These are wood walls. So
it just blows right through the wall.
Blasts through her, tosses her to the side, and blows open a side.
A bolt can breach 1 inch of wood or a half inch of stone per caster level. So I can blow through 7 inches of wood.
It blows open the wall and sets fire to the drapings and things in that area.
I could just run through that open flaming hole.
Okay. Her turn.
Yeah.
She kind of recovers from the blow. Her face is a mask of anger and horror. Streaks appear where there weren't, and her eyes almost seem to sink in and bulge out at the same time. She locks eyes with you. Ryan, give me a saving
if
throw.
I can, but what's that?
Give me a saving throw versus spell at -2.
There's no averting my eyes.
I think, and not in this situation. If you had called it at the start of the round that you're trying to miss eye contact.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My save versus spell is 10.
With a penalty of 2, you need a 10 or better.
No.
She
1.
looks dreamily into your eyes, and you feel the vampire charm come over you. soft words from your close friend say, Georg, I have forgiven you for your crimes. Why would you hurt me so? Please, please, stand aside. This does not concern you. Let me see to my cousins.
Can you give me my instructions as per a charm spell? Or as for, like, what?
I will allow you to continue to act autonomously, because I think you're good at role-playing this, but you are charmed.
It's the equivalent of a charm person?
Yes, it is a charm person.
Can I read that spell description?
You consider her a close friend and will do her no harm.
Will do her no, okay.
I don't think that's necessarily in the spell description, but I think that's the implicit effect.
And is there anything special about vampire charm? Like,
only the method through which it is delivered.
Okay. As a trusted friend and ally to be heeded and protected.
Yes.
It's not unable to control, but any word or action is viewed in the most favorable way.
Stand aside. I have business to attend. But don't go far, she says. You can go ahead and act on your own turn if you'd like. Next round's initiative.
My turn was the lightning bolt. She went after me.
Right. So I don't know if you'd actually need to roll initiative against her anymore, since she's kind of on your side. What are you going to do as Georg, charmed Georg?
Now I'm confused. I mean, I was going through the, do I burning hands versus magic missile versus I kind of wanted to just teleport out of here in the first place. But now none of that quite makes sense. Why would you
leave? And she asked you to stay.
Yeah.
Besides, you guys don't have any trouble anymore. She's forgiven you.
How many innocents did I accidentally kill? God, I'm going down with as bad of a reputation as she has after this.
There were only 5 people in the way.
Go down with the lightning bolts. What are the people just screaming and running?
All the people are packed against the magically held door and being slowly squished into that area. So you actually only hit the 2 knights. I'm sorry, you only hit 2 people. A knight and a servant that was pressed against a wall.
All right, am I crammed in with the crowd? Am I given a wide berth?
You're standing right next to her now. She's come up and stood beside you and is now walking past.
So when I tried to back through the crowd backed away from me and...
Yeah. So now you are... Basically, Annabelle's in the middle of the room. You're roughly in the middle of the room too. The knights are falling backwards, those that are alive, trying to defend the people who are squishing themselves, possibly to death, against this wall and this held door.
What are... She said she had business or something like that? Is that what?
Yes, she has business with her sister. Her cousin.
Yeah, or is it, yeah. So what are you planning on doing with all these souls? I say, looking back and forth between the screaming, rioting crowd. I think I'm not going to roll for initiative. I mean, I guess I can roll my weapon speed or whatever, but I don't have anything to do.
You see her spot her cousin in the crowd, and she moves up. Some more knights take some attacks of opportunity at her that pass through her. She reaches into the crowd, and with enormous strength, lifts her cousin above the people and brings her cousin out into this clear space where everyone is pushed away from.
Yeah, I think I take a few steps following behind her.
She proceeds to rip her cousin's throat apart and drain her of her blood. And then calls over her shoulder to you, Georg, my darling, would you please set fire to this building?
Is it not already on fire?
It's slightly on fire.
What purpose would that serve? I say, reaching into a pocket and producing a bit of... Actually, burning hands is a required material component. What purpose does that serve? I say, walking over to a wooden wall.
It would please me greatly.
Is she still as beautiful as she was when she walked in?
She's so gorgeous.
Yeah, I meet her gaze as gouts of flame erupt from my hand, just like torching the wall or the curtains closest to me.
The house is now ridiculously inflamed. One side is on fire from the lightning bolt. Now the other side is on fire from the burning hands. And the fire spreads quickly between the drapes and all the nice, rich fabrics covering everything. Bits of fabric go up in flame and fall away from the others, landing on carpets. And these screams of the innocents rise. A cacophony of death.
Will I have trouble getting out of the building?
No, she blew a hole in the side of the wall.
So did I. What did
Oh,
she?
yeah, I mean, you blew a hole in the side of the wall. You should be.
Okay.
You can walk through that with ease.
Yeah, I think once I get uncomfortable, I'll leave. Does she say anything more to me? Or once I get uncomfortable, I'll step out of the burning building.
Yeah, you watch her for a few minutes, I guess. Well, she
Is she just like devouring people?
She kills her cousin by drinking blood, and then she just starts ripping into people, grabbing and pulling them apart. And after there's enough fire going on, and enough people have died, she walks out through the blown open hole that you have.
So during that time, God, I mean, I'm charmed by her, but I'm still not have issue with revealing perhaps darker sides of my nature. I don't think I would just harvest a soul right here in front of this crowd.
Even knowing that they're all about to die and that the person you're dealing with is a vampire and a friend, and all these people are gonna die.
Yeah, that's what I tell myself as I grab a soul on my way out of the burning building. So I want to turn my spell back into or my soul back into invisibility or whatever. Can a soul be turned directly to a spell?
Yes.
Or does it return stats? Okay, so I charge in invisibility and grab a soul, like someone that got trampled that is maybe like laying on the ground.
Okay.
And Annabelle beside them.
Annabelle definitely sees what you're doing, but makes no notice of it yet.
Yeah, I kneel beside them and put them out of their misery. Don't worry, it'll all be over. Never. Who am I kidding? Your soul is getting sent straight to the negative material plane, and you're going to be trapped in limbo for all eternity. I don't know that I say that last part. I may just be thinking it.
Once the building's thoroughly inflamed.
Yeah, I'll step out, and I think I'll conjure my phantom steed out in the yard. I don't know what's happening next, but one way or another, I think I'm going to need to get the fuck out of here.
She steps out after you.
So how long does? So that takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh, okay.
So I think I like steal the soul, step out of the burning building. I think shortly after I cast the burning hands. I don't know how many minutes she spends tearing.
She spends 5 minutes inside the building, ripping people apart and letting it burn.
Okay, so I'm probably still in the middle of my ritual when she comes out. So it takes 10 minutes. I'm probably about halfway through.
I think she comes out and interrupts your spell. She stops you.
Yeah, does it fizzle? Is that?
Yeah, it fizzles. Takes you by the hand and says, "Come, my friend. Come with me." And leads you hand in hand down towards the front gate.
I think I'm silent. I'm enamored.
A couple of guards from the front door who have been trying to help people get out stop and shout and come chasing after you guys with spears. Annabelle kind of gives you a wave to deal with them and continues making her way to the gate.
How many minutes? I guess my display self has expired. How many guards are there?
It's 2. They have leather armor and spears. I'm sorry, they're wearing padded doublets with scimitars. And they are running down the walkway towards you.
Yeah, I'll cast a reduce on one of them as soon as they are within 35 yards, and then draw a dagger in my other hand.
Can you give me an initiative roll, please?
Yeah. Actually, is reduce the best? Get a blink. I guess I'm 1. Are they closing with me this round?
Yeah, they will close with you this round.
I'm going to cast Blink.
Okay.
Five.
You go first. Scimitars of Speed 5.
All right, so I cast my Blink.
Okay. They come up and they both make attacks.
Blink goes at the next round.
Right. They both miss this round. Whoosh, whoosh.
Okay.
The scimitars hiss through the air.
Next round.
Yep.
Whoops. Blink at the same time as my attack. Did we decide that the attack goes...
I think we decide that you resolve your attack.
I can only be attacked by opponents who win.
I think it's like initiative ties. You know, the initiative ties, both things happen. So I think you get your attack off and then you blink.
I think it was sort of weird where they explain what happens if you don't beat it. They explain what happens if you do, but they don't resolve the tie.
I'm gonna say you can go before your blink if you tie.
Yeah. Okay. So does 7 beat their initiative?
Yes. What do you do?
13. Does that hit? You said studded leather or
Padded.
Padded leather. Okay.
No, just padded. Just a padded armor. Yeah, you hit.
Damage. Just a +1 dagger. 2 points of damage. And then I blink. 2 is...
You cut him down.
I blink to the right, so the other swings and misses automatically.
Initiative. God, he's so slow.
Ooh, so am I... Okay, not slow enough. So a 9 with my dagger.
You go first.
All right, I come at him from the right where I just blinked to.
+1 flank.
Thrusting Carl into his gut. 19 doesn't crit,
No,
but I do
he's got 1 HP, so he goes down as
4
well.
points of damage.
Annabelle has made it almost
I
all the
look
way
up.
down.
It's been about 3 minutes, so she's to the door.
She's at the gate. The guards at the gate are not there. You don't know where they are, but they're not there. She has thrown open the doors and is looking at you expectantly.
Yeah, bloody dagger in hand, I walk down the path,
Okay.
down the garden path towards her.
You get down to that gateway, and it's just the two of you standing in the gate. She looks deeply into your eyes and says, "That is such
I look.
a lovely necklace you wear. May I see it?"
I pull it. She can't even see the necklace. It's under my robes, right?
Right.
So I reach my hand in my robes and fish it out and let it fall to my chest. Still maintaining eye contact. So if is that Mark Wester? Who did the Georg fan art? Usually that's not what he looks. Usually the amulet is concealed very well, even from divinations.
Right.
But now I wear it as brazenly as my fan art dictates. I look at her. In my mind, this is. I don't even think I would get this is an artifact. Even charm, I wouldn't give this to my best friend.
Right.
I wouldn't even hand this over to my mother. You know what? This is
Right. There's no reason that you would hand this over to her.
Yeah.
She casts
But I
another
do-
spell. Go ahead and do a thingy if you want.
27.
It's a detect
My
magic
spellcraft.
spell.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gazes
Do you
at
need
your
me to
amulet.
enumerate? Do you need
and-
me to enumerate everything that's magic?
No. But I think you notice her surprise when you're just a glowing orb of magic between your robes and your amulet and your dagger and all your potions, which I guess are in your robes.
I mean, I think most of those are concealed in extra dimensional space, actually. So she gets a magic reading from the
amulet
robes.
and the robes.
So, but I don't know if she can tell that there's magic in the pockets, or if the whole thing is just an obscured mess of magic. If the power is amplified by the fact that it's
extra dimensional space, and spells don't cross that, so she doesn't see it. But if
okay.
you have
But she does
Carl
see
on your outside,
the robe is magic. She sees the robe as magic. She sees the amulet's magic.
right?
The dagger in my hand is magic.
Yeah. She gives a broad smile and says, "May I have a look at your amulet?"
How close is she to me?
Kissing range.
so I can't even really get any closer. I like put my hand underneath the amulet and like hold it up. I don't take it off my neck.
Yes, you can see the anger crossing her face as you do not.
I present I don't know, allow her to take a close look, but it stays chained around my neck. She seemed totally, and this is she was like, yeah. Have I done something to displease you, my lady?
Her scowl melts into a seductive smile. No, all is fine.
I let the amulet drop back to my chest, still in plain view.
Tell me, Georg, Carl, how?
She knows me as Georg, right?
I don't think so.
Or did she? Carl, now you got me so confused because
she knows you as Carl. Tell me, Carl, how did you find out about my spellcasting abilities?
I'm trying. I even have character. I'm trying to remember. It took quite a bit of digging. Ramdal suspected there was a secret wizard in town, but truth be told, it was all the books.
Books?
Yes, all of the arcane tomes mysteriously disappeared from the city library. I traced the trail of overdue library books, and they led right to your door.
Ah, I see.
But I never suspected. I can look her up and down like this.
This is a more recent development. You chased me out of town, you know. I was imprisoned, escaped, fled north, tried to charm my way into the company of the Count Fortune.
The Count, what did you say? Of Fortune? Is that a city?
It's a city.
Okay. You know there's quite a bounty on that pretty head of yours.
I'm sure.
Your lands are forfeit.
I have no need for lands any longer.
What is it that you do need, my friend?
And
are we just standing at the?
You're just standing in the gate.
Okay.
Yeah. She smiles and you see fangs start to drop from her teeth.
Scroll of protection from undead.
And she says, "I just need a drink of your blood." Would that be too much to ask?
I think according to vampire rules, that's like I'm required to submit.
I don't think you're required. You are a charmed person. You value her as a friend.
But if a friend asked me to drink my blood, I'd be like, "Holy shit, you're a vampire! Murder it!" But I think,
"Oh, you're a vampire. You needed to drink blood to survive."
Yeah. I think with the bloody dagger, I wipe the other blood off of my dagger, my thigh, and cut my hand open.
Okay.
Carl,
she pushes your hand aside and makes an attack at your neck.
I think she at least has to roll the hit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's still a hit. Her teeth sink into you, draining away 9 points of life.
Ow!
Give me a saving throw versus spell.
11. My save is 10. Is there a penalty on this one?
There's no penalty on this one. You do not lose 2 life levels from this.
Oh, that's right. Do they drain XP?
They drain levels. 2 levels.
How much damage did you say I took?
9.
I scream, "Ow!" Is the charm still in effect? Is
I think you are allowed another saving throw.
right? Yeah. Like that's what I don't know if vampire charm is any different, but
No, if the caster harms or attempts to harm the charmed individual, the charm spell is broken. So it's
that's why I
immediately
was wondering
broken.
if vampire charm has any specifics.
It's broken as she starts to drain your life.
Yeah.
And
So
as
I
she
think at
pulls
first
away,
it feels good, and then the pain kicks in.
after a moment,
No,
she pulls
I'm
away
still charmed.
and sees that you waiting for you to fall. No, you don't. It's flat broken. You don't need to make a save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
She takes a look, surprised to see you still standing, like having expected you to collapse after she sucked out your blood. And I think now
charm
you roll
broken. I meet her gaze and GTFO.
initiative first.
The sudden realization of what just transpired hits Georg. Come on, low. Roll 20 is lagging. 10.
Doesn't matter. She rolled a natural 10 on hers.
Ooh. I dimension door. 210 yards out into the woods somewhere, over the walls, out into the village. Poof. Bend over, hand on knees, clutching my throat. Panting heavily, reeling for a round. I think I'm 210 yards, like across the, around the backside of the keep. Like, so we were at the door.
Oh, so you teleport to the other side of the keep.
To the to the east, over the other side of the east wall. So probably away from town, right?
Yeah. Shit, I don't think she can find you. Okay. You hear a cry echoing through the night from the other side.
It takes me a round to recover. But I just start running south as soon as.
Okay. You just book it south. You run and run, leaving
And I
the
run.
burning estate, which is now entirely in flames, behind you. It's silhouetted against, well, it creates a large glow in the night sky as you make your way into the peaceful, quiet lands below. After maybe half an hour of running, I think you are exhausted. and
No, I'm
tired.
not. I drank a potion of vitality.
Oh shit, you have a potion of vitality. You're fine. You can run all day and all night.
I stop at my treasure hoard.
Yeah?
Am I unencumbered when I have a potion of vitality?
No, you're still encumbered.
Okay.
You don't get exhausted, so you could run full speed all night.
Actually, my robe has pretty much everything in it. I can cast spells forever. It's just a matter of memorizing them, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I pick up my money. I don't have my steed. She interrupted the spell.
But you could rememorize a steed.
Oh yeah, I could just stop and rememorize it right here and right now, right?
Yep.
So I collect my treasure, memorize the phantom steed.
That takes like half an hour.
Yeah, exactly half an hour. Yeah. And then I ride hard south. I stop at some point to rememorize.
Your robes.
Those will expire like 3 a.m.
Okay.
I stop at some. I mean to rememorize the spells that I cast. Let me check what spells that I have. What spells I cast? Color spray. Burning Hands. Does Burning Hands count? I don't think it does. Color spray. ESP. Displace self. Lightning bolt brings it to 8. Dimension door brings it to 12.
Okay.
So we're talking 13, so 25 total spell levels.
You hop on your phantom steed after you memorize it, and then what?
I head back to Thornwood. I think.
20-something
right?
miles. You're going to have to stop at a certain point when all your things just fall out of your robe.
Yeah, I'll stop in the middle of the night to recast deep pockets. Damn. What does Gary even think? Like, what do I know about vampires?
They are powerful undead. I think Georg has kind of the same notions that Ryan might have if Ryan doesn't read the monster manual right now.
But I would expect there to be a coffin somewhere or some lair that can be achieved.
Yeah. You know, there's something about garlic and mirrors, and she's got to sleep in her own grave. And there might be something about running water, or is that just a rumor? You know, there's a whole mix of information. And I will give you and everyone watching a bit of a heads up that I am not using the vampires from the book exactly. They are going to be modified by my own desires. So even if you read the Monstrous Manual, be prepared to expect for things to be different.
So basically, fuck vampires. Like I don't. I had a thought to just teleport out of there, as like just without even breaking visibility.
just like nope, out of here later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Now I think I'm riding hard for Thornwood.
All right. You stop and redo your robe eventually.
Yeah.
And then make
my
it to
steed as needed.
Thornwood later that night. The gates are shut, and there is a guard on top shining a lantern down to you as you approach on your silent steed.
I have pulled my tabard out of my pockets and put it back over my robe. I'm just covered in blood. How many hours has it been?
If you were going at double speed, but you're going through uncomfortable terrain, so it's been 7 hours.
Okay, so I am at, let's just say again, 2 HP.
Yeah.
I will in 1 more hour.
Yeah.
Okay. 12 out of 19. It is I, Art Carl of Misty Rapids. Open the gates at once. Actually, do I want to tell
Misty
her?
Rapids is the other direction. Who the hell are you?
Who or where?
Who? Hold on. You hear him walk down from the wall and open up a little shutter in the door. Spy out at you, and then he sees all your sigils and everything and shuts the door.
I probably have 2 giant vampire bites on my neck. I've got my hood bunched up around.
He opens the door and lets you in with a bit of a bow. Says, I'm sorry, I didn't expect you to come from the other side. Please come in, my lord.
Have a good night. And I ride. Do I want to tell? Do I tell anyone in Thornwood, or do I just go straight for Misty Rapids? Who do I bring into this?
Well, we can maybe decide that another time if you'd like to sit on it for a while, because you've got that potion of vitality. You're going to be up for days.
It's like an energy drink.
Yeah, it's a crazy energy drink. So why don't we just end it right here? And next week, when we pick up with the story of Georg, we'll find out what he does. And remember, this is only 7 hours after the battle.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do some experience. Congratulations on surviving. Vampires are difficult. They're really strong.
Yeah.
They're really strong.
They are. I don't know what you expected me to do. At least she was. For a second there, I thought she would take me as her sidekick or something, but no, she just wants my amulet.
She wants her amulet and wants to kill you.
Yeah.
But you survived her attempts to kill you, which I think really surprised her there. I think she would not expect you to be able to survive a full-fledged vampire bite and a blood suck. And a level drain.
She can also punch, right? Or does she have other attacks?
She has 1 attack per round.
Okay. I thought Chat was saying that her bite attack was her weakest attack, but
Chat, as I said, I'm using things different than the Monstrous Manual.
Do the Monstrous Manual vampires have
in 2nd edition Monstrous Manual, vampires have 1 attack. So Chat's wrong to begin with, and even if they were right, we're using a modified vampire. So don't listen to them.
Chat, get your shit together. YouTube commenters, you're all right. You're all right.
Everyone likes to backseat DM and thinks that they know what they're talking about because they're right about these things.
Okay, so we do an experience.
Let's do some experience here. But usually chat's pretty good. Today they've been unruly.
Oh, that's... Chat just raised an interesting point about displaced self and the gaze attack. Although if she's making eye contact, and she already did try to grab me, so the gaze was broken.
And you need to make eye contact with her, so it's fine.
But if she's looking at someone 2 feet to my right, I don't know. Anyways,
yeah. So if you were 2 feet in front or 2 feet behind, it would be the same eye contact.
Different focus point.
Doesn't matter. All right. Da-da-da. I'm not going to give you experience for killing a vampire because you didn't.
Nope.
But how many spell levels did you get?
25.
That is a lot of XP. No spells researched, no potions made, or scrolls made, or magic items made. Let's see. You did kind of stumble upon a robbery and insert yourself into it. So let's give you experience.
You don't give me
for that
loot
robbery.
for my actual quests. I gotta make it on my own. I killed the thief. Well, I don't know what level he was, but level 1 thief.
You did defeat a couple of low-level thieves.
Just the one. The other one I left. I guess we'll find out if he's.
But you defeated them both in combat.
Okay.
Even if you didn't kill them. It's victory that matters, not death. Let's see, what else do we have here?
I murdered
most
a bunch
of that
of
experience is going to be for...
burned a bunch of innocent civilians alive.
Yeah.
There were the knights. Like, I don't know which side. If you want to put me on the vampire side of that conflict, you could award experience for the knights we took down.
They didn't pose a
feel like I
threat.
should get some experience for that encounter. I guess I get those spell levels cast. But.
Yeah, I think the whole encounter you will get experience for when you kind of resolve
the vampire
that issue.
Storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get a nice big fat XP for resolving the whole storyline. So I think for now, including your 10%, it's only 2970.
Including the spell levels?
Including spell levels and... Oh, I didn't... Hold on. I take that back. Wait. Don't do that yet.
Yeah.
There we go. It is 3520.
All right.
And that includes role-playing and everything else.
Brings me to 77,470
Out of 90?
90,000, yeah.
Okay. So we'll give you the week to figure out what Georg's gonna do, who he's gonna go talk to, and how he's gonna deal with this situation, or if he's just gonna turn around and head right back.
Right back to Misty Rapids.
Well, no, right back to Rainwood and go vampire hunting.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I can vampire hunt. I guess if I could locate her lair, come upon it in the day.
Yeah.
Vampires. That was a pretty good twist. All right.
All right. I think that's it for us. Ryan, what are you doing? Anything you want to say before we head out for the week?
I don't think so. Thanks for watching. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have comments, leave them in the YouTube video below. Twitch is still in the doghouse. Just kidding, guys.
We'll have shenanigans on Sunday. We're not going to have Hardcore Heroes this week, but instead we'll have a Hardcore Heroes kind of sort of one-shot featuring Sean and Nick. They'll be making some characters, and we'll do some storyline that I haven't figured out yet, but we'll plan that storyline tomorrow on Thursday. We're about 1 hour from the end of streaming today, but I don't think we're just going to do an extra hour of streaming. So this will be it for today's stream. We'll see you guys tomorrow for planning and campaign planning for Age of Strife as well, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday for more Dicing with Death, and next Tuesday for more Dicing with Death planning, assuming you guys can behave yourselves this time. That's it. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.